Job of the day. Coupler broke, and I don't know why Big Tex decided to do that for the engineering of this thing, but it's the actual coupler housing. This is just like an A-frame housing for an adjustable coupler, and that broke, but it doesn't look like they welded any brace underneath it, so it just broke on the 3/16 metal that the A-frame's on. Very odd decision. Probably easier for production wise, so I'm gonna cut that. It comes right off. Yeah, it's not welded on the bottom at all. That's why it broke. Well, we're gonna revamp this system here. Let's get it. It's just gonna be one cut and it'll come right off. Man, that's wild. Came right off. That's not exactly straight, but I'm gonna put a plate there. I'm gonna clean this all up. Yeah, it came right off. That's pretty wild that they didn't actually weld up and underneath it. We'll fix it now. I'm gonna cut all this bracing off, and then I'll weld it back on when I put it back on the trailer. Good, nice and clean. Let's clean up the back of this. Got the back end piece off the channel. I'm just cleaning up everything. Start putting stuff back on. I got the driver's side coming off. Good. I usually like to cut right behind the weld and then clean up from the rest of that. I'm gonna do the passenger side now. And passenger side is off. Time to clean up. I need to trim. This is like a 1/4 inch ahead of this side, so I need to trim this off, then I'll cap it. And just cleaning up the welds on the side. Working on the driver's side, this all cleaned up. And cleaning up driver's side, almost finished up. Good stuff. It's all cleaned up. I'm gonna cut this so I can mount it square onto the trailer. I might just sand it. 37 3/4. Oh, it's only 1/8 of an inch. I'll just sand it down and put a plate on it. Big old piece of 3/8. Heck yeah, I'm gonna weld that and then I'll brace this back up. I did not realize how much I've been welding. I got 2 rolls of wire. I usually have an extra set, but I've just been welding so much recently. I don't know what it is about couplers, but it's been couplers on couplers on couplers these past couple weeks. So, just ran out of wire. Locked and loaded. Let's get back to it. All right, getting gussets cut in a second if you wait. 2 gussets cut. Perfect. Perfect. I'm gonna put a plate over the top of this. Grab my big plate, cut a cap. I got plate marked out. I'm gonna do 8 1/4 here. Oh, I missed that much. Good thing I saw that. We're doing 3/4 on top. There we go. I'm going on the inside. Funny that one. That way I can put the 1/4 inch gussets. I want the gussets to go onto the main frame and not just sit on the cap. So weld both out where they need to be. Now a little bit narrow on the top, but it'll work just fine. I'll weld everything out, sand it down, and then weld this gusset on the outside. Perfect. All right, get everything welded out, nice and clean. Just waiting for it to cool down. I'm gonna paint it black. And I am fixing this thing. It got all screwed up. I think when this broke, I think the jack hit the ground. So I'm just gonna weld the jack on there. All the mounting points are all screwed up, so it's coming off. That's a beaut right there. I sanded off the sides. I'm gonna weld this thing out so they have a jack that's not gonna fall off on them on the road. All right, absolute beauty. I'm gonna take this reflector tape off and then paint this side black. Call it good. It came out super sweet, super clean, nice and strong. Not gonna break on them again. Put all the breakaway stuff back on. Welded its jack on. Oh, that's not where I cut that. There we go. Let's clean it up, paint it black. Well, I said I was gonna masking tape it, but cardboard's good enough. Black on black. It's windy right now. Absolute beauty. Painted black. Let's get the breakaway switch and the coupler back on. And this one's done. Job's done. I'm all cleaned up. They can haul it safely now. I'm on to the next.